What is good, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening to NIO, Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm going to break down why Tesla absolutely exploded and what this means for the market as well. And what big data is coming out for tomorrow is going to cause some major volatility because we have the FOMC minutes coming out, not to mention some important services data. But before I begin doubles information, before I talk about what's going on with the market, especially approaching tomorrow, let me just mention a couple of things. I am personally not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire NIO community as a whole. Anyways, for NIO, we made a nice move today, breaking above the 4-hour 50 EMA. And because we're above 4.5, there's a good chance this may continue to push higher towards that 4.7 area. But we need confirmation and a nice hold above this resistance for this to continue to push. I also want to note that we have big data coming out that could affect the whole market. So we'll see how this ends up affecting NIO. If we lose the support right here, we will see it actually retrace. So I'm going to break down what's more probable and what's the chart kind of like telling us for now. Let me just remind you all that on July 1st, the power swap station in Berlin went public to all NIO users. And this is the 16th power swap station in Germany and the 44th in the whole of Europe. Once again, bullish news as they are continuing to expand in Europe. They're seeing a lot of growth, and this is absolutely incredible news as they're gaining a lot more exposure, at least over there. We're also seeing a lot of headlines still coming out today and even from yesterday that we saw record deliveries for stocks like NIO, as we saw absolutely crazy amounts of deliveries. We also saw over 87,000 deliveries for the first 6 months of 2024, and that's actually looking pretty good so far, at least for NIO. So I'm excited to see how they end up continuing to grow from here. I just want to show you guys some very, very interesting numbers. Like I talked about yesterday, we did 21,000 plus deliveries in June Q2. That's exceeding guidance, absolutely crushing it, doing a very, very awesome job. And on top of that, you can also see how NIO saw a record 57,000 deliveries for the second quarter, surpassing the previous record of 55,000 in the third quarter of 2023. So that's great news for NIO. That's part of why the share price is starting to improve, and there's a lot more upside potential thanks to this. On top of this, we also have not really anything too crazy for earnings coming out for the week. Everything is very minor, but just know something very important about the markets, okay? Tomorrow is a Wednesday. It's going to be a big data day, and the stock market is only going to be trading until 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, at least for the equities markets. The New York Stock Exchange is going to close early tomorrow. Trading is going to end early because of the fact that it's the day excuse me, it's the day before the Independence Day here in the USA. So Wednesday is going to be half a day of trading, and then on Thursday the stock market is going to be closed here in the US for July 4th, our Independence Day. So just keep that in mind, guys. Wednesday and Thursday are going to be very, very unique days, and we're not going to have a full trading day again until Friday here in the US. Now, what's so big about Wednesday? Why am I talking about big data? Well, we have something big coming out. Today, we have Jerome Powell giving a speech. During his speech, he said that we're basically seeing a lot of progress being made, but the Fed is not confident enough to start cutting rates. They need more good data, and they're going to give it more time. So far, so good. On top of this, when it comes to the way the market's moving, for tomorrow, it's going to be Wednesday, July 3rd, 2024. I'm calling this out because of the fact that we firstly have initial jobless claims an hour before market open. Then we also have the S&P Global Composite PMI and the Services PMI data coming out 15 minutes after market open. And then we have the ISM Services, Employment, New Orders, and Prices data that's going to give us more information on inflation at 10 a.m. So 15 minutes and 30 minutes after the market opens tomorrow, there's going to be some big data coming out. The ISM Services data will be a make or break for the market. It may even cause the market to make a huge move. And I think New Orders and Prices will give us more insights on how things are looking. And then, excuse me, then at 2 o'clock p.m., we have the FOMC minutes. This is very important because it's going to give us more insights on what the Fed is thinking about interest rates, and it's going to give us more, not only insights on the Fed, but also other factors like what the Fed is projecting to do, how the economy is looking, and how the Fed kind of views the economy. So that's going to be very important. It's going to have a big effect on the market. So wait for the FOMC minutes. It's going to come out after the market closes tomorrow. Remember, the market closes early at 1 p.m. This will come out at 2 p.m. But still, it's worth noting it's going to cause a big move at least by Friday. On top of all of this, the fear and greed index is currently at neutral. We're kind of in the middle. We're not really too fearful, not too greedy. We're just in the dead center, and we'll see if things shift at least moving forward. Extreme greed is making up the majority of momentum right now because that is because of the fact that SPY is just pushing so nicely, and we're still above our 125 daily moving average on the S&P 500. And then we also have the puts and call option positioning at extreme greed. Greed is making up sentiment. Volatility is still neutral as we're seeing the VIX undervalued, not really doing much. So far, the market is seeing a lot of greed. NIO has about 35 million in volume. That's a little bit below average. And on top of this, the short volume is still kind of flat right here. However, NIO also has a neutral rating from Bank of America Securities, not to mention the price-price ratio kind of dipping a little bit. So overall, not bad whatsoever. I also want to note that compared to the market, NIO is a little bit undervalued, but Wednesdays are known for being one of the most green days for NIO, about 56% of the time. So we'll see how things go from here. Anyways, now let's just focus on the charts before I concluded this video. How are things looking, my personal opinion? Honestly, guys, it depends on what we get for the data tomorrow, what happens with the ISM services manufacturing numbers. That's going to cause a very, very big move. So look for the ISM data at 10 a.m. But from a technical standpoint, we are looking more bullish. The odds do favor us trying to push for 4.7, especially because we just saw record deliveries and a lot of buyers are stepping back in. If we lose 4.42, we're going to be looking for a dip back down to lower levels. And if we continue to break out, I think 4.7 is very probable. So I favor upside as a stronger possibility. And I think that NIO will try to push it for 4.7. But just for confirmation, wait and see what happens with the data coming out. As far as SPY goes, we have pumped like crazy. We're also kind of like trying to retest these highs. So going into tomorrow, we're going to likely gap down. We might get a touch of 550 and we'll see what the reaction is. If we break through this, we're going to continue to push to 552, then 555. And if we reject off 550, we're going to be coming back down. But I think we might come a little bit higher to test that. Look for a gap down tomorrow, then a pump possibly, and we'll see how things go from there. Looking at Tesla, we got a strong close, but Tesla's back down to 230. So we're going to be watching to see how well Tesla could break past this resistance. But overall, we're doing a great job at holding up. We're going to be watching to see how well Tesla kind of reacts to 230s. We have some tough resistance up there, so we will see if Tesla could maintain its structure. But overall, nice move at least from Tesla. Our next target is going to be 230 and 233. Then we have 235 above that. We'll see how well Tesla holds up. And then if we do break that, we could continue to push to even higher levels like 238. So I see a lot of potential, at least for Tesla. I think that this has, potential to break out very, very nicely. Tesla's looking very bullish on the 4-hour time frame. I'm liking this structure right here. It has more potential, and overall, it's not looking too bad whatsoever. So pretty good to see from Tesla. I'm really liking this price action. I think there is more upside potential. So it's looking pretty good in my personal opinion. For others out there, and just note that tomorrow we're going to likely gap down before we try to continue to push higher. There's no sign of weakness yet. So I wouldn't turn too bearish quite yet. We have to wait and see for confirmation. Videos respecting this channel is going to likely continue to downtrend, but we'll see if we get a breakout above 127. Otherwise, the chart's looking more bearish for now. It is slowing down after getting so much of a run. Bitcoin is also slowing down a bit. We're going to be watching this 61,750 area. If we lose this, we'll be dipping back down towards 61,500. So I'll be watching to see how that ends up looking. For the QQQ, we're looking bullish. I think we might be trying to test all-time highs, get closer to 488. Look for a gap down tomorrow, then most likely a continuation higher. This does depend on the ISM services data, but we do have a cup and handle, and we look very bullish. So does SPY. For Aapl, we're trying to break out. We'll be watching to see this resistance at 220. If we break this, we're going up to 222.5 and even higher levels. So we're looking pretty good so far. For Supermicro, we're trying to push higher. Make sure you watch resistance around 844. If we break that, we're going up to 860. If we reject it, we're going to be dipping back down, but I think that there is some upwards momentum and there is potential in this chart. Amazon managed to close above 200, doing a great job. Look for a gap down tomorrow, then continuation higher to 202. That's very probable. Meta could also break out higher if we could break past 510. As long as we hold above 507, we're bullish. If we lose that, we're going back down to 504. But if we hold above 507, I'm going to be looking for 510, then an imbalance to fill to 515. And Microsoft's looking more bullish, trying to push up higher for about 460. Google wants to go up to 188, looks more bullish to me. Look for a gap down before it continues to go higher for that 188 target. So Google looks more bullish. GameStop, if we break past 24.11, we're going up to 25. That's going to be our 50 EMA. So it looks more bullish to me, like it wants to bounce. And AMC may also try to uptrend, but look for a little dip towards 5.1 before it tries to bounce and continue higher, going all the way up to about 5.4. But overall, it's looking more bullish. With that being said, I want to thank you all so much for listening. Please have an absolutely incredible rest of the day. I will see you guys very, very soon. One last point, NIO is looking more bullish from a technical standpoint. Technicals are not everything as we have big data coming out for tomorrow, but the odds do favor upside as a stronger, more probable outcome. With that being said, I want to thank you for listening. Please have a great day, and I'll see you guys very soon on the next one going into tomorrow. Have a great day, guys. Get ready for a short stay for tomorrow, and we'll see what the data causes. As of right now, the charts do favor upside. All right, take care, guys, and peace out.